Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Massive Phenomenon 6. Where'd the brothers go? João Vaz Corte Real was a well-known 15th century explorer who sailed for the Portuguese crown. He gained influential positions in the Azores Islands during his career at sea. Then his three sons, Gaspar, Miguel, and Vasco Anhas, followed in his footsteps as explorers. It appeared as if the entire family was destined for historical greatness. Sadly, the sons would soon meet a far worse demise. In 1500, Gaspar Corte Real embarked on a voyage to the North Atlantic. He had done so at the behest of King Manuel I of Portugal. Despite reaching Greenland, he couldn't land due to heavy ice, so he turned for home. The next year, Gaspar led another expedition with 3 ships. Hindered once again by ice, he altered his course and finally reached new land. It was believed to be Newfoundland, but records are suspect. 5. What or who killed Lin Biao? In the realm of puzzling plane crashes, one incident stands out, the Lin Biao incident. Lin Biao was a prominent general during the Chinese Communist Revolution. He played a crucial role in Mao Zedong's triumph and subsequent rise to power. However, on September 13, 1971, tragedy struck and ended his life under suspicious circumstances. Lin Biao and his family perished in a plane crash over Mongolia. But the crash is more complicated than first meets the eye. And now, more than 50 years later, the mystery persists. Initially, the Chinese government remained silent about Lin's fate. It wasn't until a full year after the crash that they disclosed the official version of events. Their claim about the death was a shocker too. They asserted Lin Biao died while attempting to escape to the Soviet Union after a failed coup and assassination plot against Mao Zedong. 4. Who made the footprints? On the chilly winter night of February 8, 1855, the residents of Devon, England, awoke to a snowy landscape. Near the River Exe it was cold and bitter, and snow blanketed the ground. Yet it wasn't just the snow that caught their attention. There was a far more peculiar sight that stirred up curiosity, concern, and fear. Imprinted in the snow were tracks resembling cloven hoofs. Nobody could explain how they got there, and there was nothing along with those hoof marks, no footprints save from a person leading an animal. Immediately, many superstitious locals believed it was the work of the devil himself. According to shocking newspaper reports from the time, these tracks were attributed to a bipedal creature and not a four-legged one. Even more disturbing, the tracks seemed to defy obstacles. 3. Who killed the Queen? Anne Boleyn was the former Queen of England and wife of King Henry VIII. During her reign in power, she had a tumultuous relationship with Thomas Cromwell. He was the king's chief minister and a key figure in the English Reformation. Despite once being allies, their association soured over time. Ultimately, it led to Anne's execution for treason. And still today, the question remains, did Cromwell orchestrate her downfall or simply carry out the king's commands? By 1536, Anne Boleyn had fallen out of favor with King Henry. That was primarily due to her failure to produce a male heir. Additionally, she had ideological differences with Cromwell despite their previous alliance. Cromwell played a significant role earlier in facilitating Henry's divorce from his first wife that allowed him to marry Anne Boleyn in the first place. In return, she granted him a position of influence. However, in 1536, Cromwell gathered evidence implicating Anne in multiple acts of adultery, including allegedly with her own brother. Found guilty, she was executed on May 19, 1536. 2. Where's the tomb? Cleopatra was of course one of the foremost legendary figures of ancient times, and she remains an enigma when it comes to her final resting place. According to Roman historians, after their defeat by Octavian in the Battle of Alexandria, both Cleopatra and her lover Mark Antony took their own lives. Cleopatra's decision came later than her lover's. She was driven by the knowledge that Octavian planned to exhibit her as a triumphant prize in Rome. While Octavian allowed the lovers to be buried buried together, it is uncertain if Anthony was cremated rather than mummified, and where they were buried remains up for debate. Ancient sources provide limited information on this matter. Presently, a heated disagreement persists among Egyptologists regarding the potential location of Cleopatra's tomb. While some experts consider Alexandria the obvious choice, more recent attention has shifted toward the ruins of Taposiris Magna. That's an ancient city featuring a grand temple dedicated to Osiris. 1. What doomed the Minoans? Over a century ago, ancient remains of the Minoan civilization were discovered by archaeologists on the Greek islands and the Aegean Sea. These findings revealed that the Minoans were a highly advanced civilization. They pioneered development in Europe at the time with their advanced writing system, impressive art, and grand palaces. They even had a plumbing system as early as 1800 BC. However, by the mid-15th century BC, the Minoans faced a rapid decline. Soon enough, it eventually led to the collapse of their entire civilization. Thus, that raises the question, why? What caused their downfall? Initially, the prevalent belief was that a volcanic eruption on the island of Thera, now known as Santorini, was responsible. However, further research showed that Minoan life continued after the eruption. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them.